allow us to refresh ourselves upon the idea and the concept of perfection. We have discussed many times with you the idea that in your lives, very often you are taught that even when you create the idea and the notion in your lives of what you call a spiritual path, that the reason for this is for the attainment and the achievement of perfection. But recognize once again, as we have shared many times, our perspective is that you will never achieve perfection because you are already perfect. The idea does not mean that you will not grow, not expand, not change, not transform, not learn something new. But it is simply an allowance, a recognition of allowance in your lives that at any given moment, the idea you are being, the reality you are expressing, the events you are experiencing are, for their own reasons, perfect in themselves. This relaxation, this attitude, this backing off from yourself in that way, rather than applying so much pressure to the idea to be more perfect, is what allows you to know that you can always become a different type of perfection at any given moment, perhaps a more expanded type, but you will always be at any given moment the absolute perfect manifestation of whatever idea you are being at that moment. Your willingness to allow that moment to be perfect in and of itself is what paradoxically allows you to create the next and different perfect moment. Because unless you are willing to allow whatever moment you are experiencing to be complete in and of itself on all levels, then you are not allowing yourself to view and perceive all facets of that experience. Because if you do not think it is perfect as it is, if you invalidate it and judge it in that way, in a negative point of view, then you yourself may be shutting off aspects of that event, of that moment, that you need to see, need to be aware of, to incorporate them into the totality of yourself so that you can get on with the next step. Every moment is a stepping stone to the next moment. And if you invalidate any stepping stone, then you yourself remove from the path you are the ability to get to the next stepping stone. Always allow each and every moment of your lives to be perfectly valid as they are. This does not mean you must accept that the things that are occurring in your life are what you quote unquote should accept or prefer. You can always prefer your life to be the way you desire it to be. But the way to allow yourself to create it to be the way you desire it to be is to accept that the way it is now serves a purpose and is a part of the path you have created yourself to be, and that what you are learning is there for a reason, your reason, that there is something within the scenario you want to see, you want to reflect on, you want to learn from. And in accepting and acknowledging the way your life does unfold, that is what gives you the recognition of the empowerment you have to create your life to unfold in the direction and in the manner you most desire it to be. So simply do allow yourself to reflect at any given moment that no matter what your choices, every scenario for what it is a perfect manifestation of that scenario. You can prefer perfect harmony and perfect ecstasy, or you can prefer perfect misery. But both are perfect expressions of the idea you are reflecting at that moment. And when you allow it to be there for a reason, then you can extract from that scenario what will most assist you in reforming the idea, redirecting yourself, and creating what it is you desire to experience most in your reality. Many individuals will pressure themselves in many different ways to strive, to struggle, to try to be more perfect, will set themselves goals and ideals in that way that continually deny the validity they possess at that moment. In that way, you deny yourself all that you truly desire as well. For if you do not believe yourself complete in that moment, then you, by your own definition, insist that you do not have the capability of creating what it is you say you desire to attract into your lives. Knowing that you are complete, perhaps focused not in a way you prefer to be, but knowing you are complete gives you the opportunity to know that at any given moment, you have the ability to refocus yourself in any direction you desire. You lack Nothing. You have all the tools and all the abilities you require at any given moment to be anything you are willing and bold enough to believe you can define yourself to be. You all follow along.